I'm super pumped for predictive inventory. So it's like great when you get an alert saying you're already out of stock, like, okay, good, I know, but it'd be even better if we could predict 2 months from now when you're gonna be low, or the opposite, 2 months from now, you're gonna have a surplus, you need to run a clearance play. So I think the more predictive nature you have in the world, the better it is.
What sets Walmart apart from other marketplaces?
Oh, that's great. So two things. So one is the margins. So our sellers just get better margins with Walmart, which is huge. Second is really the omnichannel piece. One thing I love about Walmart is a lot of our sellers would love to be in the brick and mortar who aren't in there. And one of the best ways to get into brick and mortar is to be successful online. So it's just an awesome way to grow that. And then second, if you're already in brick and mortar, you just get more and more data about what's effective in the whole omni world. So yeah.
Another string of conversation is around innovation technology. How is technology, whether it's with Walmart or outside of Walmart, how is technology disrupting e-commerce?
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, I think about it just how I, as a consumer, shop. So two things. So one is if I'm looking for a product, I actually open my Amazon app and I search there first. And so I don't go to Google, right? And so I think that's a huge disruption that Amazon has done. I think another disruption that Walmart has done is, again, going back to the Omni. When I'm in store in a Walmart, I will open up and I will look at the Walmart app to figure out, one, what aisle it's in if I'm going to buy it. Two, can I get it cheaper online? And so I think that the nice part about the Walmart ecosystem is it's all one world. You can shop online, offline. When you're in store, you can shop online. Like all of that stuff is just all in one ecosystem. Really interesting.
What's the biggest roadblock e-commerce sellers are running into today? We're in August, right? So we're talking about August 2023, the modern day e-commerce seller. What's the biggest roadblock they're running into?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you this is actually a Walmart/Amazon challenge. I think it's relevant. It's just, since Amazon's the behemoth in the space, a lot of people go on Amazon first. They get there, to my previous comment, they realize that the margins are bad. They want to go multi-channel, but then when they go to Walmart, they think they can just copy and paste the playbook they use on Amazon. However, every marketplace is different. And so I think a massive challenge right now is, how do you get e-com ready for Walmart? And I think being e-com ready for Amazon does not mean you're e-com ready for Walmart. And then you add all the other channels available and it becomes really complicated very quickly.
Let's talk about profitability. Profitability is one of the biggest conversations in e-commerce right now, in advertising, outside of advertising. What one big tip can you give to sellers to maximize profitability?
Yeah, great question. The hardest part about selling is it's a SKU by SKU game. And so you have to optimize every single SKU, and that can get really, really overwhelming. And so actually the best thing to do first is to look at your hero SKUs, optimize those hero SKUs first. And that could be optimizing on your ad strategy. So maybe taking away some of that generic spend, or it could be optimizing on your listings or whatever it is. But I think given the overwhelming nature of e-com, got to focus on the hero SKUs first.
Yep, that's good. Last question, how is Teikametrics disrupting the e-commerce space?
Love it. So two ways. So one is, AI is talked about everywhere all the time. It can mean anything, but really what Teikametrics is doing predictive AI, which is really, really hard to do. You have to have massive amounts of data sets. And so we're doing predictive bidding, so we know what the conversion rate is going to be before it actually gets converted. We predict the right bid for your ACoS or ROAS targets. That's one. Second, I'm super pumped for predictive inventory. So it's like great when you get an alert saying you're already out of stock. Like, okay, good, I know, but it'd be even better if we could predict 2 months from now when you're going to be low, or the opposite, 2 months from now you're going to have a surplus. You need to run a clearance play. So I think the more predictive nature you have in the world, the better it is.
I lied. There's actually one more question.
Okay.
Have you heard of the concept of explain it like I'm 5?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love that,
Eli
right?
5.
I love
Eli
that.
5. Yeah.
Yes.
Explain like I'm 5 AI. Help people understand, or maybe teenager. I don't know. Yeah. Explain like I'm 5.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence.
I can do it. Yeah. So essentially, all of artificial intelligence takes some sort of large data set and learns something from it, and then it automates or applies or predicts. And so I'll give you 3 examples. So the first example would be computer vision. And this is the classic example of being able to reverse search on Google. You upload an image, it searches for it, or doing any sort of like image recognition. So basically the computer gets a large set of images. It learns what is different between a baseball bat and a human, and it can recognize those things. So that's like pattern recognition, right? And so it has to have a historical data set. The second example would be generative AI. So this is, everyone knows about this, ChatGPT. So basically it has a large data set, and then it produces new content based on that. So that's new content, whereas computer vision is pattern recognition. The third one is actually a classic example. The very first example of AI is more reactive, and that's like IBM Blue, which is that chess playing machine learning AI piece, and it was basically reacting in real time. So all that technology did, that AI, just speed up the decision making and the processing. The fourth one, the one that is the hardest one to do, and the one that Teikametrics does the best, is predictive. And so we take a large data set, we know what is likely to happen based on the patterns we have before, and we predict what is the right move to do based on the statistical likelihood of something like that already happening. That is the most challenging part of AI to do, and so the fact that we're doing it, I love it.
That is an intelligent 5-year-old. That is. So
yes.
Pattern recognition, generative AI. The third one was
basically real-time decision making.
reactive. And then the fourth was predictive, which is the most difficult.
Absolutely.